Hello. I'm not listening to anything right now. I have decided that I'm going to film a reading vlog of me finishing slash mostly reading this whole book. Evvie Drake Starts Over. I have already started it, but I just started it this afternoon, and I kind of thought it would be fun to do this. Steph Bower, I really don't know how you pronounce her last name. She does reading vlogs every once in a while, and I always think they're really fun. Just so you can get my like live reactions to a book I'm reading, and this is the current one that I'm reading. I don't really know anything about this. It was just on my TBR because I saw it on Goodreads, and so yeah, it's set in Maine, which I love. And we're just gonna hop right into it. I am on page 45, but not too much has happened yet, so let me just catch you up on where we are. The main girl, Evvie, she's packing up to leave her husband when she gets a call that her husband has been killed in a car accident. So she's basically like forced into this role of like mourning wife, even though she was going to leave her husband and didn't really love him that much in the end. But no one really knows that because he died before she left him. And then the other main character is a baseball player who has like the yips, which is like he has like some kind of mental block where he can't pitch anymore. He's a pitcher. So he wants to get out of like the spotlight. So he moves to the small town in Maine where Evvie is and rents the like apartment above her garage. So they're now like living together, and that he's living in the garage apartment and she's like in the main house. And both of them have kind of like decided they're not going to talk to each other about like baseball and her dead husband. They kind of like decided that between the two of them. They like made a pact the first day they met, like, we aren't going to ask each other about dead husband or not being able to play baseball. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. He just moved in, like nothing really has transpired. I'm going to put my headphones on, listen to some just like lo-fi beats, and continue reading, and I will let you know, just kind of keep you updated as I go. So let's do it. about to make myself dinner, take a little break. But right now we're getting a little bit, she just admitted to him that she was about to leave her husband. And he agreed to go and talk to the high school football team. So they're kind of both making steps forward, kind of opening up to each other. We're on page 70 now. Yeah, I'm making grilled cheese for dinner. They are about to go to Thanksgiving together. I feel like something's gonna happen. Both their families are there. Grilled cheese. Good. They just called off their deal. Because Dean, the baseball player, he got upset because she hasn't told anyone about how she didn't really love her husband. And so he was like, that's bullshit. Like, he's supposed to be your best friend, Andy, her best friend. And you haven't told him anything. And she was like, we're talking about my husband. We're not supposed to do that. He was like, let's call the deal off. And she was like, fine. Why can't you pitch? And now they're mad at each other. On the way home from Thanksgiving, they're mad at each other. And he called off the deal because he said, fine, let's be friends instead. Okay, we're learning that Evvie's ex-husband, or her dead husband, was in fact gaslighting her. She just said she met him for dinner at 7:30 because he said to meet her at 7:30, but he said, Evvie, I told you 7, you were reading, and just completely gaslit her into believing that he said they were getting dinner at 7 when he said 7:30. We don't like him. Even though he's a doctor, we don't like him. Okay, my camera's about to die, and I need to do school. As you can tell, I took a break. I took off my makeup, did my skincare routine, brushed my teeth, got ready for bed. I like fully had some time with my roommates, and I'm gonna read just a little bit more, maybe finish this chapter, and then I'm going to work on school. So I'll update you probably one more time today, and then it'll be another day whenever I do some more reading. He just left in the middle of the night, and she followed him to the baseball field where he's pitching, even though he's supposed to be like retired. And she's asking him about baseball. Hello, welcome to another day of reading. Every drink starts over. Her and Dean are going on a road trip to pick up a pinball machine currently. We'll see where this leads. 4 hours trapped in a car. That has to be something good, right? He says, and I quote, "Can I tell you something?" She says, "Sure." He says, "I thought about kissing you a couple times today." They're back home, by the way. They got the pinball machine. But road trips always mean something. That's all I gotta say. They got in a fight, and now she's throwing her dishes on the floor. Also, I look so pale with this white and white background. Like, Jesus, this is not a good look for me. I need to self-tan. Evvie convinced Dean to pitch in a charity game. Just one inning, Even though he doesn't want to. She kind of forced him to do it, so he's doing it. He's gonna pitch in a charity game to raise money, and it's gonna be his first time pitching since he failed and quit the major leagues. Oh my god, that was literally just the funniest and sweetest thing ever. Look at this. So she's only had sex with her husband who's now dead. They were high school sweethearts and they got married, and so she's only had sex with that one guy. And so her and Dean, they kissed. Did I mention that? Oh my god, they kissed. But she's like, just him. He's like, okay. She says, okay, so I'm just saying. And he says, you're just saying what? She looks like around the room and she says, no warranties. Satisfaction not guaranteed. And that is just so funny to me. Like, that's what I need to say to someone. Like, satisfaction not guaranteed. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. I don't know what you're gonna get. Okay, I feel like now is the point in the video where I should say I'm gonna be spoiling a lot of the end of the book. I have read on. They went on a date. I told you that she hadn't had sex since her husband. They now have had sex. And they've decided they're not going to tell anyone, which I think that's going to be a problem. And they're just chatting the morning after right now. But I just needed to give a disclaimer. There's going to be spoilers coming up. Well, there already was spoilers that they had sex and they went on their date, but like major like plot point, like how the book ends spoilers, because I'm coming to the end. So just, if you haven't finished it, maybe consider this your time to pause, read the book, and come back and finish this video once you've read the book, so we can react together, or you can relive how the book ended. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. Ooh, her ex-husband is a gaslighter, and I absolutely despise him. Anytime she talks about him, I just know it was such a bad relationship, and she knew it too, but she stayed. Don't do that, girls. Learn from Evvie. Big fight going down between Evvie and her best friend, Andrew. Not a good situation, because I want them to stay friends. So Dean just left. Because it'd been a year and he was ready to leave. Like, literally, they're both just pretending like this is like the okay and right thing to do is for him to leave and move back to New York, where he has an apartment, and that they're gonna be okay. I'm confused. I don't know that they love each other, but it seemed like they were happy, and I thought that's where it was going, but maybe it's not. Okay, things are looking up. She started going to therapy. Important update. She's going to therapy. She's selling the house that her and her husband lived in. She and Andy made up. They got in a huge fight and now they've made up. She's starting to move on. Still no word from Dean, so no update there, but she's doing better. Dean's back. She sent him something in the mail and he just showed up out of the blue, and now they're talking, they're catching up. He's back, but I don't think they're getting together. I'm confused. What's happening? Okay, wait, he just said he was in love with her. So maybe they are gonna end up together. He said he wanted to marry her. And now we're at the epilogue. Okay. Book over. Evvie Drake starts over. Complete. I'm gonna give you my review right now quickly because I know this video is already very long, but honestly, I give this 4 stars. It is like a 4.5, close to 5, but I just feel like it's really hard for me to give books 5 stars. And I just don't think this is 5. That hurts to say because it is very good and I would recommend it to anyone, honestly. Like, so good. I've never read anything by Linda Holmes. But I liked it, and it wasn't like too spicy, like for sure for all ages, honestly. Like, not all ages, but like I would recommend this to most people. Just like a sweet rom-com, like definitely very much not just romance though, because Evvie is working through a lot and she clearly needs therapy, and she has mental health issues. Her husband was abusive and she didn't recognize it, and she's trying to get over his death while reconciling the fact that she didn't love him, and he was abusive towards her. So it's really a lot. But I thoroughly enjoyed this book. And yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. Go check it out if you haven't, if it sounds interesting to you. I say do it, read it.